The scriptures say we die for not lack of guns, not even lack of money. It says we die for lack of knowledge. If you knew how to, you had the knowledge on how to solve the problem that is now a situation that where death could come because two people are fighting, but you had the knowledge of how to solve it, you go in and just use the knowledge to solve it. Gun not necessary. You ask, what's an example in antiquity that we could look to? Egypt, Mali, Ghana. These are great empires that had nothing to do with white people. In fact, our young people, especially Egypt, our young people were ruling by the time they were in their early teens and sometimes younger. Ruling a whole nation. We gotta wait till we're in our 40s and 50s to even get in office, in high-ranking office. This is not uncommon to us. We ruled before, we'll rule again, but righteously. And we'll be in a position of rulership, brother, where we'll be just. We'll provide freedom and equality for all. Slavery. Just go to South Africa. Go to Namibia. Go to Lagos in Nigeria. Go to Jamaica. Go to countries where it's predominantly black, and you'll see black people policing themselves. As a matter of fact, when I was in Jamaica, it was such an eye-opening experience because everybody there, majority was all black. Black police, black government, black people everywhere, black businesses. If you wanted to find a white person, you had to go to the resort. And they were being served. But they were not in any capacity of positions of power, at least that I encountered on that level. So you don't have to go before in antiquity. You could just go right now, just get on a plane and go. To a majority black country, you'll see black people taking care of this for us. We haven't seen it in 460 years here in America. All we've seen is the power, so-called, of the white man. That's it. So when we came to birth as a baby, born in sin and shaped in iniquity, the moment we came out of our mothers, when we were introduced to a white world. You see? And so as a result, yes, we had not seen any power greater than the white man, but that power that's greater than him is now in the world because they can't even handle one man. And minister, what do? Start securing yourself. The first thing an animal does when it comes into birth, it starts learning how to secure itself. I need food, I need shelter, I need it immediately. A fish don't ask somebody, hey, what do I need to do? It just knows this is what I need to start doing if I'm going to survive. Little crabs, when they're born, they know exactly what to do. Head for that water. Now we're coming away consciously. What do I need to do? What does God do? He begins to create a reality for himself and he protect it, and then in it he work it and bring out all that he desires. The minister said from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, make your community a decent and safe place to live. Nowhere in that does it say the police need to be involved. And by the way, look, when we commune together, we start living together on purpose, not because of public housing. They tell us to all live together. When we live together by choice, and then we begin to have block clubs, block meetings, and this community say, guess what, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get together and clean up our neighborhood. And then we grow and we start opening businesses right in our own community. We have our place of worship right in our own community. And we begin to be self-containing. The black man, only 6 hours he gets money and it's gone out of his community. We've got to stop that. Start supporting each other economically, live around each other, protect each other, secure each other there, and we grow and invest that alone. Eventually, we can fire those police and hire our own. Those people are so-called public servants. They're not in practice. But you can fire them. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan put out a call for 10,000 fearless to stand between the guns and the gangs. So that's the first thing. Become part of the one of the 10,000. Go online to noi.org or justiceorelse.com and sign up and put your name down as one of the 10,000 fearless. Second, the minister has also called for conflict resolution centers. Places to go where people can call, like a beef hotline, and say, listen, I got a beef with this brother or this sister, and I would like to meet and deal with this thing before it spills out into the street and blood runs into the street. Conflict resolution centers. In fact about it, we were blessed during our annual Savior's Day convention to hear from one brother in Louisiana, in New Orleans. They have initiated a conflict resolution center where they have been squashing beefs, and from what I understand, I believe they said they had squashed over 30 beefs. that could have been ultimately 30 murders. The Quran says if you save one man's life, it's as if you save all men's life. And in 80 years in the Nation of Islam, you don't have us going out in the back lot shooting at each other. We don't stab each other. You see, we don't engage in that behavior because we have a God. If you don't have God, then who can protect you? So we were saying, brother, that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us through the Honorable Louis Farrakhan that we don't even carry a penknife. We don't carry weapons. See, in God's wisdom, He knows in us rebuilding from former Negroes, we're so quick to settle our differences with knives and guns instead of sitting down and discussing the problem as civilized human beings. We'll just slaughter. When we went to the Million Man March in 1995, the Million Family March in 2000, and then in 2016, the Million Man March, Justice or Else in Washington, D.C., each time that we were there were no incidents. Now, these are the same black people that could be in a club the night before, or just be on their street, in their hood, in their house the night before, and be at odds with each other, to kill each other, homicide. But no incidents. None. We're getting a look at our rebirth and awakening, what it looks like at peace. And we were all there to listen to the words of a man who would give us the knowledge that we could go home and start solving our problems with words. You know, if we go home and do that to the people we have problems with, I'm sorry. One student minister, Ishmael Muhammad, said it costs you nothing to say I'm sorry. But it can gain you a whole lot more peace. Just saying I'm sorry. Well, I think I was right. Okay, you might have been. But what does it cost you just to say I'm sorry? If nothing else, how this went down. The problem is we're so vain and egotistical and prideful. See? And when we operate in that, we become easily angered and we want to kill everybody. So not policing. And the other thing is, it's making our community secure. And in our classes, men's class and women's classes we do teach self-defense. We have to learn to defend ourselves. Many of us don't know how to defend ourselves. But it first starts with awareness, consciousness, being awake, and then how to diffuse a situation before it becomes something violent. What do I mean? Under our feet is oil, gold, diamonds, all of the mineral ores to make steel. All of that is under our feet. We walk over it every day. We spit on it. We play basketball on it. But nobody thinks to say, wait a minute, let me buy this up and dig. There's a water well under here. My God, there's water under here. And I'm sitting here with no water, and they shut off my water. But brother, if you dig a little deeper, in your backyard, there's water right there, if you know how to find it. Well, I ain't got no money to eat. Dave's is closed. It's 10 o'clock. But if you knew how to grow a tomato, you could eat. These are the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You ask what to do, get message to the black man in America. And get busy.